Good morning, everyone. My name is Dylan with Designs by Dylan, and I'm here this morning at Ella's Home and Garden to showcase their beautiful, fabulous products, have some fun, tell you about my trip to Tennessee. We had so much fun. I told Dina briefly the other day when I came in here for some flowers that I could live there. I mean, it was so pretty, I can't get over it. So we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to be making a beautiful sunflower arrangement. We haven't worked with these in a while. But honey, Easter is coming near, and I thought, hey, let's skip over Easter right now and let's do something fun for summer that's going to get you all the way through the summer. So any questions or comments that you guys have, drop them down below along with where you're watching from, and we will help you in any way that we can. Also, my computer's having problems today, so Dina's going to relay all of your questions and comments to me, so drop them down below and she will relay anything that you guys want to know to me, and we can talk.
Leah's watching.
Hey Leah, how are you? Okay. Also, don't forget guys, every week at Ella's Home and Garden, they offer an item as our item of the week. So this week, we decided to offer this white container. So it's got a wood finish on it, very rustic, natural, love it. It's so diverse, you can use so many different things in here for any season really, and it's on sale for $7.50, I believe. So it's $9.99, 25% off, and you guys can get this at ellishomeandgarden.com along with all of the products that we're going to use today. I feel like I'm out of breath or something. And I don't know why. I mean, I just ran around the cabinet. Anyway, I need to stop eating. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. I've got a little guest I want to show you real quick. Morticia is back, honey. She was not able to make the trip with me to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, but she has made it today, honey, and she has had a whole makeover. She really needed a good cleansing while she was gone, and she has went shopping. So let me pull her over here and show you.
She's kind of revealing there.
Yeah, she's kind of revealing. Hey, y'all. So this is Morticia. Everyone, oh, honey. Morticia was, everyone was asking where she was on my trip. But she was here, honey. She had to go and get a few detox meetings and do all that stuff, but she's back. She's dressed to impress for a rave, maybe, not for the spring. But she wanted a floral top, but, Morticia likes to live on the edge, honey, so she's living on the edge, but still having fun. So you'll give her a thumbs up and tell her hello. And we're going to move her back over here because she is being good right now.
Gary told me to tell you hello.
Who?
Gary.
Hey, Gary. How are you, man? Okay. So we're going to be using this container, and the first thing we're going to do while I talk to you guys is put the styrofoam in here, and then we're going to cover that styrofoam with some moss. You want all of that stuff to be covered so you don't have any raw exposed styrofoam. We're going to use a knife. I'm bad with anything sharp, but we're going to try it today. Okay, so can we talk? Oh my God, I've got to tell y'all something. You're just going to freaking die. Okay, don't drink any coffee right now. I cannot make this crap up. It is for real. So, my grandmother, I'm always trying to make light of a situation. My grandmother passed away last March. It's been over a year. And, just like if you had a family member pass away, or, once they come to the funeral home, they usually give you a bag after, and it has their belongings in it and stuff like that. Okay, so it's been over a year, and that bag has been at my mom's house, and this weekend she decided to go through the bag and, see what was in there and, go for it. Honey, she done emptied the bag out, and she picked the bag up, and there was something in the bottom of the bag. And Mom was like, I wonder what that is. And so, are y'all ready? She reached her hand in that bag. It was just somebody's bottom plate for their teeth. Some random person's teeth were in the bag. Like, dentures, it was the bottom plate. And Mama picked up the Ziploc bag, and it was some teeth in there. So, honey, what in the tooth fairy is going on? So we had some random person's teeth in the bottom of the bag, and I wanted to bring them up here and show y'all, but Mom said that's not nice. So we left them at home. I put them under my pillow. Maybe I'll get $2. But can y'all believe that? I mean, that is so crazy. I guess things get mixed and matched, but I don't want no person's teeth up in my bag or in my house that whole time. Them teeth have been up in there. Ooh, so I know if I ever, lose a tooth or something at churches, I can just pop that plate in, and it saved me some money. Has that ever happened to y'all? I can't see, but y'all leave a comment and let me know, and Dina will relay it. But I just could not believe that. So I couldn't wait to get here this morning to tell you about those teeth, honey. But for real, hashtag what in the tooth fairy is going on? Because I did not even know. You ever heard of that happening?
No.
Me either. Would you freak out though?
Oh, yeah.
That's so... Can't do it, y'all. Fix it, Jesus.
Lots of laughing faces.
Yeah, but y'all can't make that up. I mean, it's just crazy. Okay, so let me talk to y'all about Tennessee, honey. So, y'all know that I did a wreath retreat for Jackie's Recent Things in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Never been there before, but Dina is a big fan of Tennessee. She's been all through it and loves it and all that stuff. Did you say you lived there?
Yeah.
She lived there, too. Okay, so we had to be there for check-in at 4 o'clock on Monday morning. So what we decided to do, one moment. what we decided to do is leave at 3 a.m. Monday morning, so that way we could just drive through 12 hours. I would drive 6 hours, Josh would drive 6 hours, and we would arrive right there in time for check-in at 3 o'clock. And we allowed ourselves like an hour, hour and a half, so if we needed to stop and pee or stop and get food or get gas, we had that time, or if we got into traffic. So I decided I was going to drive first. First of all, Josh is blind as a bat. He cannot see at night, much less during the day. So I decided I was going to drive first, the first 6 hours from 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, so I've never got pulled over in my life, ever. Okay, ever. I'm such a good boy. I might have took a few ditches, but I got away with it. I hadn't got pulled over. So, it was 6 o'clock in the morning. Joshua went to sleep, thank God. And I was like, listening to my music, and it was nobody on the road. That's the great thing about traveling during the night is that you might be tired, but there's no one around. So you can just go, and you don't have to worry about traffic or any of that stuff. So I was flying, apparently, and I had the cruise set, and, it was 70 miles per hour. But, I got a little finger happy, and I clicked the button a few times. And next thing I know, it is nobody on the road. I see these flashing lights, and I was like, oh, somebody's getting pulled over. I look at my mirror, oh, there are no cars over here but me. It must be me. And I was like, it can't be me. Who's he pulling over? Honey, it was me. So I pull over. Josh woke up. He said a few nasty words. And I said, oh, my God, Josh. And y'all, I know I'm unorganized. I said, Josh, I don't have a freaking insurance card. I'm going to jail. Going to jail. This is how I'm going to go. So he said, oh, my God, shut up. You're so dramatic. And he was barely awake. And so the cop whistled his little horn, and he told me to get out of the vehicle. And I thought, oh, hell, I'm going to have to do a sobriety test. I mean, this is it. At 6 o'clock in the morning, he's going to make me do a sobriety test. So I get out of the vehicle, and I was like, shaking. And I was like, oh, what's going to happen? And I was ready to do like the hokey pokey out there, something to prove to him that I wasn't, didn't need a sobriety test. So he said,
Hokey pokey, you would get a sobriety test.
Yes. He said, have you been speeding? I said, yes. And he said, you were flying. And he was very nice, though, like funny. And I said, yeah. I said, I had that cruise on. And he said, well, you need to put that cruise on 70. And he said, can I have your license? And I said, sure. And so I said, it's in the car. So let me go get it real quick. So I ran to the car, got that, got ran over on the side of the road, got back, and he says, okay, I'm going to whistle my horn, and that means get it back out of the car, and you come back here and see me. I said, okay, dude, you got it. So he was in his car for a while, and I thought, ooh, I forgot to pay a toll tag, I'm going to jail. I thought all this stuff, like, what's going to happen? And so I get back in the car, and Josh is up there, like, rolling his eyes, and he needs coffee, and a Crest White Strip. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So he whistled his horn, he got back out, and he was very nice. And he was like, you know what, dude, make sure you put that cruise on 70, because it is easy to go fast out here. And he handed me over that ticket. I said, so is this a warning? And he said, no, it's a ticket. And so it said on the ticket you have to wait 8 to 10 days before you call to get the balance. I'm nervous, I'm scared it's going to be over $200. But he told me, he said, just for you, I know you're going on vacation, because I told him I was going to Tennessee. I'm going to give you an extra month to pay it, so it's not due till July. Why don't you give me till December? And so, but hey, I'm happy for the extension. But you ever got a ticket going to Tennessee?
Got a ticket coming out of Tennessee.
Woo! And y'all, in Mississippi and Kentucky, them people don't play. There is cops on every corner, every road, every ditch. There's a cop in there. And so I was super scared.
And it wasn't me. There was a car, had my cruise set at 70. And this car went flying past me, and he gets in behind me instead of the car that went out.
Did you say something?
I did. He said, well, I clocked you. No, you didn't clock me. You clocked that car that passed me.
So now I'm going to have to go and do defensive driving. I hope they have lifetime. But I think you can do it online now, can't you?
I don't know.
I think so, y'all. Thank God for Google Answers. It's been a while since I took a driving test. What do you do on a yellow light? You speed through it. I mean, isn't that what y'all do? That's what my mom always taught me, Dylan. If the light turns yellow, you put the pedal down and you fly through it, I don't know what people are talking about, slow down. No. You do that at a stop sign sometimes. But I got a ticket. So that's how the trip started off. So then it just keeps on getting better. So then we get, let's see. We had to stop at Chick-fil-A because, my stomach was growling and she was hungry. And so we pulled over and we went to Chick-fil-A. I don't know where we were. It was like 6:30 in the morning. I felt like I'd been driving forever. But
yes, you can do it online.
Yes. Oh, good. Okay, good. So we pulled over Chick-fil-A, got us a little breakfast, and then I kept driving. So then it was like 9:30, and I said, okay, Josh, it's your turn to drive, so wake up, Sleeping Beauty, and get over here. So we pulled over again, get some gas. You don't realize how many times you got to stop for gas. It's crazy. Just when you get like in the mode where you're like, ooh, we'll keep going, you add a fuel. And so we pulled over. Josh had to get some gas for me, and he started driving. Now, listen, Linda. Y'all tell me what you think. Okay, and Gina can tell me. She's made that drive many times. I felt like when I drove from 3 to 6 or 3 to 9, it went by so quick, like so quick. But then, honey, when Josh got over there and you're not in control and you're not driving, it drug. And it was like tick, tick, tick. Every minute was ticking by. Do you feel that way too when you're not driving? And it might just have been, I really think it's because I wasn't driving. I think when you're driving, you're more in control. And even though you're going the same speed limit, you're occupied because you're focused on the road. I was focused on the cops. And I don't know. So it took forever. But it was the easiest drive ever. So we get there about 3:30, we start seeing mountains, kind of my ears start popping, and I thought, oh, we must be here. And so it was beautiful. So we stayed in a cabin in Gatlinburg, and it was up in the mountains. Now, let me tell you, honey, don't ever drink nothing and try to go down that mountain because you ain't gonna make it. It was like a merry-go-round, okay? And you are literally on a cliff, okay? On a cliff, hanging by a thread. And I thought, this is it. You know, I done said my prayers. This is how I'm gonna go, right here, off this cliff, off this mountain, into this tree. And I will be on Unsolved Mysteries. So, we start going up that mountain, and going, and going, and going. And we're going like this. They didn't just go in a round circle. It goes like this, like in and out, and in and out. And so I had the vertigo. We got to the top, and I was like, Josh, ooh, we better pull over. So we get to the top. 25 minutes from the ground to the top of this mountain where Jackie was standing. She was standing up there like Snow White. Is that the one at the tower? No, Rapunzel. Rapunzel. She was up there like Rapunzel, honey. I was like, please, girl, let down your hair, because I am at the very bottom. So we finally get to the top, got the vertigo, and my ears popping. But the view, when you got to the top, was so pretty. I mean, you could see just, it was so pretty. It's like a calendar. And so, of course, me and Josh had to take a picture, and I posted it on my business page, Designs by Dylan. Had so much fun. And so we got to the top. Girl, we got to the top. It was time to go back down because they said, you got to go down to the conference center, and it's down the hill. And I said, oh, Lord. And Josh drove up the thing. So he said, you driving down. Oh, Lord. So, honey, I done put my pedal down, and I drove down. And it's very tricky because when you start going down, you can have the brake on, but if you let off that brake for a second,
yeah.
Oh my God, I was like Corella going down the hill. So I finally made it to the conference center. We had a wonderful meet and greet. I got to meet so many of my Dylan's Divas, which is my paid monthly group. Got to meet all of them. We had so much fun. We had a nice meal there at the conference center. But Josh and I have been up since 3, so we were like, honey, we are tired. And Josh told me, okay, this is my fault because, you know, he gets mad sometimes because I just talk. But he said, we need to leave before it gets dark because it's going to be very hard to find our cabin because we had no idea where it was. He said it's going to be very hard to find. I was like, just shut up. It can't be that hard. They got us a map.
Yep.
Hold one moment. So, we left at 8:30 from the conference center. And we put our cabin in the navigation. It said 6 minutes away. That's why I told Josh, we can wait till dark. We didn't find the cabin until 9:15, 45 minutes. And do you know how many times we drove up the hill right past it? Like, here's our car, and here's our cabin. Okay, went past it 10 times, turned around, and then we started getting to a screaming match, me and Josh. He was like, oh my God, I told you, we shouldn't have waited till it got dark out here. And I was like, oh my God, somebody, I really do need a drink now. So, we got to the bottom of the hill, and I got and it's a map, and so it's like this little folded up cute map like you get at the zoo, you know, where the lions, where the tigers. Opened it up, it was this big, and there was like mountains everywhere, and there was all these numbers. So our cabin was like 41, so there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to like 200, and I was like, oh. And on the map it showed a real simple route. You just drive straight there, and there's our cabin. So I said, Josh, we must be making this too hard, and we were so annoyed by this time. It was 45 minutes later, so we just drove on through, and what do you know, we done passed the cabin. It was right here. We finally found the cabin. So then, they're going to be quiet. Hey guys, can y'all be quiet over there? So, can y'all be quiet over there? I'm sorry. You're good. So then we got to the cabin, and it was beautiful. We finally got in, but we were so tired. It was 9:15. We were so tired. We finally got in there, and we got all of our stuff unpacked, and then we had to explore. So we had a balcony around it with a hot tub. You ever stayed in a cabin out there? It's so pretty, but it was nighttime, so I could probably be looking at the trees, and I would think it was pretty. And so we got in there. It was wonderful, and we went to sleep. So the next morning was when I did my presentation. So we did a great fun read. We had so much fun. And then after that, we did our classes early, so they were like from 9 to 12, so we could go out and explore. And so once we got done at 1, they kind of gave me free rein, and they were like, you guys go do whatever. I want you to be able to explore Gatlinburg, explore Pigeon Forge. And my number one priority was the class And right next to that class was a Christmas store. So I was like bulletin out the door. Like I was starving, wasting away to nothing. But I had to go to the Christmas store. So we decided to go eat lunch at the Old Mill. You been there?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, everyone had recommended it, and a lot of the divas who got there the day before me told me we have to go to the mill. They'll eat there again. So we go, it was in Gatlinburg. It was in Gatlinburg. So you go to the Old Mill, and it's like this town. It's like when you drive in the parking lot, it's like this restaurant. It's like 4 stories tall, and then there's all these places. There's like a pottery place, there's restaurants, there's taffy, there's candy, there's flowers, everything. It was so pretty and cool. It's like something you see on Hallmark Channel. And I was looking for Lori Lawlin, but she's in the house, the big house. So we go eat. It's like home style cooking. I had a roast, and it was wonderful. Then we went to the Christmas store. We're going to pick up just a minute. So we are doing an arrangement. I'm dealing with Designs by Dylan, but we're here at Ellis Home and Garden this morning. So we are going to be doing an arrangement, but I'm just getting so excited telling you guys about my trip. So we have put some styrofoam in here and some moss, and now that we have this done, we're going to begin adding our yellow sunflowers. Now don't forget, everything that I'm using on this video today can be found at ellishomeandgarden.com. And we have an item of the week every week. And this container right here, which is super cool, and it's so versatile. It's available for 25% off for $7.50. It's lightweight, easy to move, easy to pack and ship. So if you guys are looking for an affordable container, I say check it out on the website.
I forgot who it was. Somebody said their kitten was trying to kiss you on the screen.
Aw, well tell him I said hi. Yeah. Okay. Gina loves a cat too. So we're going to be using some bushes. Now we haven't used bushes in a while, honey, because, I feel like sometimes you got to be careful because they can look very cemetery-ish. But these are such good quality. Love it. Ellis has great products. So we're going to cut these apart and add these on here first, and then we'll go back and add our other materials. So while I add this in, I'll begin continuing to tell you about my Christmas store experience. So let's take off those trashy tags real quick. And sidebar, before I tell you all this, we could literally stay in Tennessee for, a year and not do everything. I mean, it's insane how much stuff. It's like, you've been to Branson before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's the only place I had to kind of bounce it off of. So it was like the Strip in Branson, but times 50. Like, that's what it reminded me of, just because that's the only place I had been that kind of resembled it. But, honey, can we talk? Okay, so we're going to start with these sunflower stems.
Mary's asking if you saw Dolly.
I did not see Dolly. We're very close, but she was unavailable when I went. But I'll tell you about that in a sec. Okay.
Debbie, yes, the sunflowers are from Ellis.
Yes, everything today from this video can be found at the website, ellishomeandgarden.com. Okay, so it's time for us to go to the Christmas store. And honey, Deb, which is one of my girlfriends, she decided she had to be the one to take me. And I have a diva named Jim, and he's wonderful. And he said, I want to go to the Christmas store when you do, just so I can experience it with you. And I said, okay. So I texted him, and I said, hey, Deb is about to take me and Josh to the Christmas store. You got to come meet us there. So we pull up in the parking lot, and y'all don't understand. I have been studying the pictures, the inside, the store from the computer for years. I mean, that's all I see. Every day on Facebook, they post pictures. So I know all the details about that place. So I was so antsy the way there. And they were like, can we stop for coffee? I'm like, no, we're not. Get a glass of water. So we get there in the parking lot, and honey, it's just like what I see on the computer, but it's so much bigger in scale. I'm like, oh. And so I start having a little panic attack, breaking out in hives and stuff, because I got shingles. And I said, guys, let's get out of the car. First thing I want to see is out front, they had this big, have you been there?
Mm-mm.
They had this big flower bed. And it has trains that go through it. And I was like, we gotta see the train. That's the first thing, because I see all the time on the video, they have a train outside. It's like a little toy train, but it goes all the way through their flower beds and these little mountains and caves and stuff. I know there was no train. I was like, where's the train? So the train must have been at the station, because it was not going around the tracks. But I was so excited. So we got out, and Deb smiled at me, and she says, okay, I'm turning you loose. And she goes, you do your thing. I'm gonna walk around. And she says, take it all in. And I was still stuck out there where it's a train, So I said, okay, come on, Josh. So I have a phone out. I said, take a picture. So we took a picture, and I was looking at the display windows from the outside. I was so excited.
Marcia, Rebecca will post a supply list at the end, and I'll have the website there.
Yes. So we start walking in the Christmas store, open the door. My soul left my body. Okay? Left my body, and I don't know what was happening. So I decided it was going to be a good idea to do a live video, which Dana, you'll have to go back and watch it, on my business page of my first experience.
Yeah, you were quiet.
Okay, So I did my live video, and I was talking. This is when I first walked in, y'all. So I was talking in the video. Next thing I knew, I was filming the carpet. So we know they have Berber carpet, and that I didn't even know what to say. Like, I was losing my mind. So I apologized, and I had to get off the live video. It was just too much to take in. I was overwhelmed, and I was trying to do this at the same time. And all we knew is that they had Berber carpet. And I was like, so we got to put this down. So I got off the live video, and I was so quiet, the quietest I've ever been. And y'all know I can't shut up. So I got off the video, and y'all, it's huge. I mean, in the way they have it designed, they have different rooms in the shop, and it looks like a village. Like, they have sculpted edges. It looked like the North Pole in one section, and over here they have murals all in the ceiling, and they have Santa and the reindeer coming through, and it looks like stars up there. So it looks like it's like at night in a village. It was really cool. I'm all about presentation, so they could have beautiful decorated trees, but everyone has decorated trees, but they have so much more. It's like an experience when you go there. And the staff was so friendly. Like, everyone I talked to, I felt like I'd known them for years, and that's when Josh left. And so I was like, oh, honey, I'm catching up with Betty. And some lady had worked there 25 years, and we talked about her working there and all the different stuff she's experienced and everything like that. It was so fun. So we were in there for probably 2 hours, and y'all want to know something? Y'all know I have a major shopping problem. I need an anonymous program. I didn't buy one thing because I was so overwhelmed. And if you find something you like, so say you like this, you look over here and they have another one the same, but it's different. And I was like, I can't take it. But Josh had a little bag over there. He was shopping. And I was like, okay, good. He's occupied. I can continue to look. Looked around.
Asking if you went to their hotel.
Okay, so we get done with the Christmas store. It's like 2 hours later. Josh gets a few things and, whatever. And I was still overwhelmed. I just couldn't believe that I was finally in the Christmas store in Pigeon Forge. So, and by the way, before you get to the Christmas store, Pigeon Forge is like a strip. It's like a big, long street that goes and goes and goes. But the thing about the street, oh, Lord, what's on me? Is it a bug? Anyway, what is on me? A fly. Oh, honey, I'll have to get some off. Anyway, so the street is long like this. But if you turn right, it goes that way, and there's like all these businesses that way. You turn left, and so it's crazy. So we get done with the Christmas store, and we decide we're going to go back to Gatlinburg and shop around where that Old Mill restaurant was. Now, the Christmas Inn, which is owned by the Christmas Place, is across the street. But, girl, it's like $400 to $800 a night to stay there. And I'm like, let me call Holiday Inn real quick. So we didn't go over there, but the outside was all decorated for Christmas, even though it's April. And it was beautiful, but every room in that hotel is decorated thoroughly for Christmas. They have pictures on the wall. They have garlands and wreaths and trees and fireplaces. And it's like a little cottage, which is what you want. But for $800, I will need a butler. So we go back and we shop. We go to Old Time Pottery. We go to some candy stores, some general stores. So much fun. Okay, so then we met for dinner. No, we didn't. So then that night, Josh did a Mary Kay party with the ladies. So what do you know? Go up that mountain again, okay? So because Jackie's cabin has got 12 people staying, and it's huge, and it's at the very top. So we climb back up that mountain. We have such a great time doing the Mary Kay party, but everyone was so shocked because Josh got ready to begin his presentation, and he gave me my jacket, and he said, okay, here's your jacket, and go away. And they were like, what? And because he says I'm a distraction. Well, let me tell you, we had one accident, but it wasn't me on purpose being a distraction. What do you think about these sunflowers? Give me a thumbs up and let me know. We're positioning them in here really nicely around the whole container.
Marsha, the website will be posted at the end of the video.
Okay, so we get to the cabin. He tells me to go away. So me and Jackie go upstairs. We play pool. And I had one glass of wine. And my glass was empty. And, she was thirsty. So I said, let's go back downstairs and get a refill. And they're in the middle of their Mary Kay presentation. I need to check in just to make sure everything's going okay. So we go downstairs, and I set my empty glass on the table. And so they're very deep in conversation. Josh is explaining to them how you can get younger looking skin and, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, honey, I done twirled around like Tanya Harding when she got kicked in the knee and knocked that glass off on the floor. It crashed everywhere, and I turned around. All those people turned around and stared at me, and Josh said in front of everyone, it was dead quiet, this is why he's not allowed to be down here and participate, because he's a distraction. So then, while they were trying to learn, I was down there sweeping, like Mary Maids, trying to get all of the glass cleaned up because it went everywhere. And then I was instructed to go back upstairs. So we had a good time. So then the next day was Jackie's class, and she did a beautiful mesh wreath, and Emily did hers right after me. She did a wonderful painting I tried. Y'all know I can't paint even a stick figure, but I tried. It looked okay. It was a little bit. It was a good. My ladybug kind of turned into a spider, but but if you squint your eyes, it looked wonderful. So then it was time for Jackie's class the next morning. So we get up and we do Jackie's class. So we get done about 2:00. And so then, you know, I know y'all know this. I've told you before. Josh is a huge Paula Deen fan. I mean, he's obsessed. So they have a Paula Deen restaurant right there in Pigeon Forge, and he was like, "We've got to go. I don't care what happens the rest of the trip, but we got to set out 2 hours to go to Paula Deen." And as far as we knew, everyone was kind of doing their own thing. Everyone was starving, so we just thought they're going to run and grab lunch. We'll meet up later. We don't know. So I went back and got Josh because he slept every day until we got done. So I went back and got Josh, and our friend messaged us, and she lives in Johnson City. You know where that is, Dina? Mm-hmm. It's like an hour and a half maybe from Pigeon Forge, and she was like, hey, she goes to school there, college there, and she's from Longview. And she's like, hey guys, I saw your picture. I don't have anything going on today. Do you care if I drive in and meet you for lunch? I'm bored. And we were like, oh no, absolutely not. So she drove in, and we met her at Paula Deen. And when I got there, there was some divas there and some ladies there and men from the retreat, and they already had tables at Paula. And so we got to Paula, and it's 2-story. The whole bottom, have you been there? Mm-mm. The whole bottom is a gift shop. It's like Cracker Barrel, but on steroids. And all her merchandise, all of her food and soaps and candles and cookbooks, and there's even like a little cutout. Did you see that picture on Facebook? Of Paula standing behind the stove, and I said, Josh, this is your chance to touch her, even though it's cardboard. I said, get over there. So we took a picture. It was funny. And so we did all that. So then the restaurant is the whole up story. And it's a family-style meal. But, y'all, when I was thinking family-style, I was thinking, like, you know, some meat and a couple sides. So it was like $20 a person and as a table, and it's endless. Okay, you get 4 meats, and then you get 4 sides. And I was thinking, okay. Well, first of all, they're bringing out some biscuits, some little cheddar biscuits, and I was stuffed because I sat there and ate those biscuits. So we decided on it's Paula Deen, for God's sake, fried chicken, fried fish, chicken and dumplings, and we got something else. I can't remember the name of it. For our sides, we got mashed potatoes. We got sweet potatoes that literally taste like pumpkin pie. And they had, oh God, so good. I'm getting my mouth's watering. And we had some other sides. Y'all, they brought that food out. It took up the whole, it was like Thanksgiving feast. We ate one little bite of chicken, we were stuffed because they bring you all this stuff before the meal. And with that $20, it's all endless. You can get as much as you want. And they give you dessert, all in that $20. And so we got the dessert to go. But it was so good. It was just like Paula's cooking, you know, because she's cooked for me so many times. But I loved it. And then we went shopping again around Pigeon Forge. But y'all, it's so big I didn't know. Okay, so here's where it gets fun. So then that night, it was our last night there. We had to get up at 6 in the morning because Josh was flying out of Knoxville, which is like an hour and a half away maybe. I'm at the airport plus traffic. So we had to get up early so I could take him to the airport because he was going to a bachelorette party. And that night though, it was like 6 o'clock. We were still full from lunch. But we thought, instead of us going to our cabin and having to get back out, let's just drive down and see. So we're staying in Gatlinburg. Have you been all through there, Dina? Mm-mm. Okay, so Gatlinburg is like, here's the main road into Gatlinburg, and we're staying like right here at the beginning. And there's a couple places, most important, a liquor store. And so we hadn't really explored any further down. But I went to the liquor store to get some wine, and I asked the guy, I said, hey, if we don't want to go back to Pigeon Forge, which is only like 15 minutes, is there anything around here you would recommend? And he made it off to be like, there's nothing really around here except for this place called Calhoun's. He said, just go down this main strip, you'll run into Calhoun's. But he made it seem like there's nothing there. Okay, if y'all been to Gatlinburg, give me a thumbs up. Then you gotta go back. I thought Pigeon Forge was it. Y'all, so Josh was like, let's just drive down there and see what they have, see what that Calhoun's place is. We start driving down that street. It's literally like, in my opinion, it's better than Pigeon Forge. It's so much down there. And it's like you drive in and starting right here for like 3 miles, literally 3 miles. It's packed, business, all the way down. Food and drinks and Ripley's, believe it or not, and roller coasters. And it was getting dark. They had these lifts that took you all the way up in the mountains like you were on a ski lift, and they had putt-putt in the mountains, and they had all this stuff. And I was like freaking out, you know, having a stroke. And so you could literally get out and walk for miles. And there's so many different places. There's general stores, there's candy stores, there's everything. I cannot believe you hadn't been there and seen this, Dina. It was crazy. And we went at night, so we really couldn't see all of it. But we went to that Calhoun's place because that's what he recommended because there was nothing down there. There was even a Texas Roadhouse down there, okay? And so it was wonderful. It was like barbecue, and we ate until we couldn't even breathe. And we went back and played pool and got in the hot tub. And so needless to say, guys, the trip was outstanding. Thank you again to Jackie for inviting me and letting me be a part of that. It was so great meeting so many viewers and my divas as well, putting, you know, faces with the names and getting to do all of that stuff. I loved it. And we went back to the Christmas store also the day before we left to tell everybody bye. I did a second live video. I was more relaxed, and I showed you guys around the Christmas store the best I could. It had some bad reception in there, so I hope the video kind of turned out okay. I haven't looked at it. But
Jackie followed the drool.
Yeah, Jackie said she followed the drool from me walking around the store because in the Christmas store, y'all, it's like this room. It's like twice the size of the room I'm in. And it has this big grand entrance with this big floral, and it says Department 56. Okay, so when you walk in there, they have you get catalogs. And you know, certain stores, like even here at Ellis, we carry certain pieces. They carry every single piece of Department 56. So I was in heaven. It was wonderful. So if you guys get a chance to go, please go. Plan a week out to explore. Next time, I'm going to fly in. So me and Josh are going to fly in and rent a car because that takes a day off of our travel. And I just want to park the car and not have to do any business and just walk and explore everything because it was literally so cool. So that was my trip to Gatlinburg. It only cost me $200 probably for a ticket, but I haven't even looked at that yet. It's making me nervous thinking about it right now. But I'm going to take defensive driving and get that off of my record for sure. We also went to a couple wineries and moonshine places, girl, and I got the best ever. Have I already asked you? You like Bloody Marys?
I don't do tomato juice.
Okay, so I'm a big Bloody Mary person. So we went to this moonshine place, and I'm not really a big moonshine person. I just feel like I had a bad experience on that one time, and so I'm not a moonshine person. But they had this homemade Bloody Mary mix, and I love Bloody Marys. So I had a few Bloody Marys one day at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we went shopping. Well, that's always dangerous because you end up getting home with all this stuff and you don't realize. But I need a shirt that says, I do my best work when I'm buzzed, you know. Do y'all agree? If y'all agree, give me a thumbs up. We got my aunt one of those.
Lynn says you can ride the trolley anywhere for 50 cents.
Yes, there was a trolley running. I speak to say because I almost got ran over by it. But it was so cool. And who knew Jimmy Buffett was so big over there, y'all? There was like all this Jimmy Buffett stuff playing in the street. And I was like, oh, hey, Jimmy. You ever done that, Dina? Had a little midday drink and went shopping?
No.
Oh, we've got to take you. It's so fun. Oh, we love it. Okay, y'all, so I'm adding this purple in there now. I love this. Remember, this, along with everything else, can be found on the website. Let me see if I have the name. It's a lilac bush. And I'm adding this in throughout the purple. The yellow. I think this purple really contrasts well off of the yellow.
I like those.
Me too. Love them. But all in all, we had a great time. So after I dropped Josh off at the airport, you know, I had to drive back by myself. And Dina's done it many times. It really wasn't bad at all. Like, the longest part of the trip is that last hour, okay? Because you see, like, Hallsville, you know, 40 miles. But is that the longest 40 miles you ever drove?
The worst part of the trip for me is when I get to Texarkana home.
Oh, really? Just because of the traffic?
No, just
the drive?
Because I know I'm almost home.
Yeah, that's how I felt. And I drove and drove. I didn't stop except for to get gas. And one time I was starving, but I didn't want to stop and waste time to get food, so I just grabbed a bag of chips. But I kept going. And what I did is I have XM radio, which even if you don't, it doesn't matter. But I listen to people talking. So like I get on there and I like people talking, like even a comedian show. To me, it makes it go by quicker. Now Dina probably listens to music. I did that too, but music gets on my nerves after a while, after 12 hours.
Teresa says she had a drink in Key West and went shopping and bought a $3,000 piece of art.
Oh my God, no. Picasso. I don't get that crazy. Oh my God. I don't think my card has that limit. But if it did, my God. But I did go back and I bought my mom a couple things at the Christmas store. I bought her like a little personalized ornament that had all of her dogs on it because, you know, she's got that new golden retriever. Another one. So she's got 6 dogs, honey. Anybody from Farmers Only watching? Let's set her up with a date. But she's got a new dog, and she is so sweet. Her name is Hazel, and I love her. And now, since we're back from Tennessee, y'all know what's next. If I look a little tanner, it's because I've been tanning one time. We're going to Mexico, to Cancun, in like 25 days. to, we're going to Cancun. And the whole family's going, me, my mom, Josh, Morgan, and Morgan's boyfriend, Zach. Josh has never experienced the beach, neither has Zach. And I cannot wait. I'm going to sit on that lawn chair, get my drinks, and I cannot wait. It's wonderful.
Marcia, we're at Ellis Home and Garden in Longview, Texas.
This is turning out really cute. So now that I have the purple distributed throughout, let's go ahead and add a little greenery. Y'all know my favorite, this Maidenhair Fern. This is available online also. How you doing, Morticia? She's still giving me that look. So we're going to use this next. But, you know, I had so many great recommendations from you all, so thank you so much for sharing where to go, what to do. But girl, I couldn't do it all. Let's take a poll. We hadn't done a poll in like 5 minutes. Let's do another one. And Gina, you're going to tell me, yes, Dylan. I don't get out much. So in the mountains, when you're going to Pigeon Forge from Gatlinburg, they have this tunnel you go under. You know what I'm talking about? How come I've never heard when you go through a tunnel, you're supposed to honk? Have you heard that? Okay, well, every time I go through a tunnel, all I can think about is Princess Diana. So I wasn't really thinking about honking, but everyone told me when you go through a tunnel, you're supposed to honk. So the first time we went through, I didn't honk and no one else did. But y'all want to know, the second time I went through that thing, everyone in that tunnel honked 15 times. So I felt like I was, you know, my little puny horn. So I did that. It sounded like Scooby-Doo bus or something. But I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? Leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you did.
Connie says it's beautiful.
The arrangement or Tennessee? Thank you. So this is going to help fill it in, this Maidenhair Fern. So we're just going to blend this and add it throughout. It's going to fill in all of those, you know, spaces or holes that you might have.
Lots of thumbs.
So a lot of y'all be honking. And you know, if I wouldn't have been told that, I'd have been thinking, oh Lord, I done ran somebody over or something.
If it's a single lane, so I guess maybe there's...
Oh, like one lane on each side?
Yeah.
Well, there was double lanes, I think, but people were honking still.
Linda says I love Stella's face when you scold her.
Did y'all see what she did? I'm so ticked. Can we talk? So Stella, God help her. First of all, I'm living on edge right now, and y'all know how this is if you have a puppy. So she has an appointment on April 17th to get fixed. But she's 6 months old, so every day I'm on edge, like eggshells, like, oh Lord, it's time, you know, because I don't have got time for a diaper. Whew. So every day I get home like, ooh, it's another great day, nothing's happened. This morning she was down there though, and I was like, ooh, this happened, but it hadn't happened yet. So I decided the other day on a wild hair. Shout out to Alicia and all of her girlfriends. I saw her at Ellis just randomly. I came up to Ellis on Saturday. Josh was gone on his bachelorette weekend, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get outside like Anna Green Gables and, you know, do the patio. And I know it's a little bit before Easter, but I'm just so sick of the crappy weather, and I just wanted some fun, bright spring colors. So I came here and got some plants, some patio lights, got home, and honey, I done strung them lights up. I mean, it looks like a patio out there. I hung some chains up for some flowers. I'm already, you know, almost lost a tooth on one. I forget they're out there. Okay, and then I bought this beautiful, I mean, y'all, it's beautiful. Dina knows, she's seen them out there. Combination planter, and it's got like purple juice spilling out, some potato vine, some geraniums, and it's got this tall grass at the top. Love it. All the stuff is hanging, and I have this plant stand. It's about as high as this table, and I put that on there, so it's right beside the couch. So, I had the lights on a timer too, so it was getting near dark, and I thought, girl, let me go out here, my lights that came on, let me go out here and look at my patio. Let me look at my patio. And I had washed it and cleaned it, everything. Let me look at my patio. Okay. So I walk out, and this is what I see, going from the doggy door to the grill, which is on the other end. And I kept seeing this purple right here. Y'all know she has mangled, mind you, everything that was trailing out, which is why I selected that thing. She has chewed it off and butchered it. I had so much dew on the ground and geraniums and that potato vine butchered. And she was over there with her tongue out. My soul did leave my body. I was so pissed. My whole patio was full of dew. So
the good sized pieces you can still stick back into the
I
pan.
did. But when I got scooped it all up, this is what it looked like. My whole plant is on the freaking ground. So I was so mad. So I started screaming at her, and then I felt bad. Like, oh, come here. Daddy, sorry. So now I have a mangled freaking Jew on, that's not what I said when I called Josh. A mangled Jew on the thing. My combination planter now has grass in it. And livid. Okay, so then, after she did that, my mom brought her this toy. It was so cute. She got him from a drug rep. And it was this little hippopotamus. His name is Benny, and I call him Benny Boo. And that's Stella's like little boyfriend. And so, I had to have a talk with her. Now, Stella, don't act like Morticia, honey. Okay, be good. So I woke up the other morning.
How much wood arrangement?
Like this cost probably around $80, let's say. That's with your labor in there too. So I woke up the other morning, and Benny is a part of our family. And I woke up. It was that's hot. It was a sad, sad day, y'all. He had passed on. His insides were all over the house, up the stairs, in the blankets. Molly has her head in the corner. She's like this in the corner, okay? And she looks out and this puts her head way down. And Stella is sitting there surrounded by all of Benny's insides, and she's got her tongue out smiling at me. And I said, oh my God, Benny Boo has died. And so I sent Josh and I said, oh, Josh, we're going to have a funeral. And so I took a video and put it on my Facebook story so you guys could see. But she killed him. She just tore him up. And she was chewing on something like, she's always chewing on something. You think she chewed tobacco or something. It was a squeaker out of his hand. And she always does that. It was in his mouth. So, needless to say, Benny is now not with us anymore. And he's at the city dump. And so, one by one, our family members are just, falling off, croaking like crazy. I'm really just distraught over that. So, that's what she did the other morning. Never a dull moment. But yes, I try and scold her, but then I feel bad. Do you feel like that too?
Got a leaf hanging.
Oh, I sure do. Do you feel bad like that too when you scold them?
Yes, I do.
But at the same time, you're so mad. Like, I think Stella, she just has my heart. Like, she could, tear my door off the hinges, and I'd be like, oh, how cute. Let's take a picture for a postcard. But, I don't know. I've got to do better. Okay.
Penny, she's a standard poodle.
Y'all, I had no idea they were this crazy. Stella and her legs are so long, she can literally jump up on the ceiling. Have y'all ever seen a poodle? And when she gets excited, she leaps from like boom, 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 like a deer, across the room. But I just got her hair cut, and she's really fluffy this time, and she has long red nails. And I have to let her hair get super long, because the next time she gets cut, she's going to be doing the puffs or the balls on her feet. So I can't wait to see.
Judy says she's just cutting her teeth.
She gonna cut something? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna cut something. Poor Benny, she didn't cut him up too. Okay, the last thing we're gonna add on this is one of my favorites. We hadn't used this in a while. You can use this as a whip, honey. The kids get out of control at Walmart. Shout out to all the moms out there, because my mom used to beat the crap out of me with the wooden Lowe's paint stick. Now, honey, I'm sure Dina's mom's the same way. You just grab whatever you can find, But the Lowe's paint stick, she always seemed to find that. Even when we were we could be in the woods hiking, and she would find that Lowe's paint stick. And she would beat you, honey, and if you had your hands in the way, you got splinters in your hands. And she said, I told you, get your hands out of the way. And the pinch, she would grab right here under the arm. Anyway, so you can use this for that too. It will hurt. But it's called a hanging amaranthus spray. I love it, especially this one. It's very realistic. And we're just going to cut off a piece of this and add it on the corner of our arrangement. Now, this can be seen from all sides, but we're going to add some of this in. So you can just kind of pick a side you want to add as the front, maybe like right here on the corner. Put a little glue on her, and it's just going to kind of drape right here down the edge.
Bluffy, I have cats, and I get my cats new toys and stuff, and I kid you not, 5-10 minutes, they're destroyed. Mm-hmm. I go, Mama can't get y'all new good stuff.
Cats are bad. I mean, we can't even put the blinds up in my house because Salem's done tore the blind pools off. So, yes, they're just as bad, destructive. So, see, there kind of hangs over the edge. And I'm just going to put one on each opposite side some glue on here, and then put this on this side right here. So now we have just a little bit hanging off of each side. And they make this stuff in all different colors, but I think the green is so fun and pretty for spring, so that's why I use that. Alright guys, so this completes our arrangements today. Don't forget, everything that you see here can be found at ellishomeandgarden.com. Not only the florals, but the container as well. The container is the item of the week this week. It's on sale for $7.50. Jump on there, get it today. What you do is you go to shop by department, and then you go to home decor, and then containers and vases, and that is where the container is located.
I had a couple of questions about your styrofoam knife and your cutters.
Okay, the cutters are just some basic cutters, but you can find some at like Lowe's or Home Depot on the electrical aisle, maybe even at Walmart. The cutter, they've had these forever. I need one of these at my house actually because this was serrated, and it's very easy to get through the foam. So I would just make sure if you found a knife at a store even, it has the edges on it, so it's like, I call them teeth, to get through the styrofoam easier. But, yes, don't forget to check that out. Also, guys, you can find me all the time on my Facebook page, Designs by Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N. I have a monthly design group on there where I offer in-depth tutorials, both pre-recorded and live. I usually give you around 2 to 3 per week, and then 1 pre-recorded tutorial per month. It's $19.99 per month, and we go really in-depth on florals, shape, placement, color selection, all of that stuff on Dylan Stevens. But you can find me on Designs by Dylan and more information about it there. Don't forget, item of the week is this container, $7.50, and all of this stuff can be found online. Rebecca will post the item list along with the picture of the finished product once we get it up there on the website. Alright guys, well, I love you so much for watching. I'll see you next week for another fabulous video. And we have a little surprise coming up. I'm not going to tell you yet, but it'll be posted as soon as we release it. But you guys have a wonderful week, and check me out on my Facebook page, and we'll see you next week here at Ellis Home and Garden. Bye, guys.
Bye.